That was rather awkward. That was rather awkward. I thought I'd press the button and I'm talking to myself, and no, I'm just talking to no one. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you. Welcome to another session of Path to Peace, and this time we are live. One day it'll just run like clockwork and it'll be absolutely perfect, and it'll be like bang on 8 o'clock. All my technology will work wonderfully and I'll be talking and the microphone will be working and everything, so that'll be good. But welcome. Well, that's enough, because I've listened to this song already. I'll just play our frequency music and I'll take the headphones off because I can still hear myself. But it's easier if I wear my glasses. Welcome. The irony of what I'm going to speak about just now, and this overall striving for perfection. Why perfection? It's easy, I reckon, to get caught up in the moment when you're in bliss and you keep coming back and you're aware of your presence and everything's hunky-dory. This is ultimate peace. This is the very fabric of eternity and reality, really. Then why, when we are not in this presence of bliss, does that seem distant? Or that sometimes we feel abandoned? Or why do we feel or perceive things in one moment to be one way, and then in another moment we perceive things to be something else? I don't actually know the answer, but I don't think I've ever met anyone that lives purely for an undesirable life or wants to live in that state of things that are undesirable. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. It's always, okay, we know things are undesirable or we're in that particular state, but we know there's another state where we feel at peace and happy and blissful. And sometimes it's a sense of accomplishment if we go through those states of undesirable events and then come back to that state of bliss. It's like we've accomplished something. We've passed I won't say test, but you know what I'm getting at. It's like something along those lines. We're still living and breathing. So it's like, yay, we've got through that. There's always something in the back of our mind or something whispering to us saying that one more round, or you can make it. You're nearly there. Things will be better soon. Just keep going and things will change. I guess we're all living these imperfections, I'd like to call it, or life the best we know how, because a long time ago, or actually not that long ago, this, let's say this life, I used to think the purpose of life, or if you believe in reincarnation, multiple lives, was to acquire as much knowledge as possible and eventually live a life, or maybe not necessarily just acquire as much knowledge as possible, but live enough lives or enough moments in life that eventually we're not fazed by things, like not fazed by arguments. We're tolerable. We're unconditionally compassionate to all others. We're unconditionally loving in all moments. Then I thought, well, if we didn't get it right, we just come back again and do it again and keep going and keep going and keep going until we get another chance and then another chance. And we get to a point where we could live a life that is close to perfection, or the saints, or the teachers and things like that. I used to follow, like gaining wisdom and things like over a period of time. I thought that was the purpose necessarily, where it comes from the school of thought that's like the guru school of thought, where especially in a lot of Eastern traditions, they'll have a teacher or a master who'll be full of wisdom and impart their wisdom onto students and things like that, which is true. And I'm not discounting that at all, but we're at the age now, I'm not talking about physical age, I'm talking about like, things like that we express as the age of reality, that those rituals and purposes have served what they've served, and you do actually have all the answers within, and turning within for that wisdom is enough. And it's not necessarily about striving for an attainment of knowledge, or you go through a certain things, because I guess even in this life, I hope there'd be a point, I get to a point where this could happen. And it was striving for this perfection. Yet situations became more difficult. And I honestly thought, oh, this is out of reach. But I don't think it's necessarily about that. Because it may not even be a conscious decision where we strive for such perfection. However, I think when I finally realized path to peace, forgiveness, self-love, and this is a huge part of this, peace becomes our outer world anyway, and it's transformative by the inner world shining through. And it's not necessarily having to be about that attainment of knowledge and wisdom. This is available to anyone and everyone, and because you are already perfect, and it's like going outside of these perfections and living in this imperfection at different moments, we turn back to this perfection, because it is these moments that don't necessarily define us, but they're not necessarily a hindrance to us either. It's the age-old question, why, or the meaning of life, and it's probably going to be actually different for everyone to find out, because it's your reality and your perception about the perfection. So it's not really about striving or finding the perfection, it's realizing that you are perfect, and the moments of imperfection or perceived imperfections is just some sort of gift, because always brings us back to a gratitude and appreciation for ourselves in finding our way back to who we are, even if it's just for a split second, a fleeting moment, as I was saying yesterday. Even if it is just for that small amount of time, or it could be eternity, but it is coming back to that in a world that is designed for blindness and forgetfulness. This is the world that's designed, and everything's against you in terms of the programming and the nature of the way it's set up. It's a game that's designed to fail in so many ways, yet it's a gift because it enables us to view our perfection from a perception that we believe is imperfect. Why? Because, as you rightly pointed out, the soul is perfect. And why perfection? Because it's always who we are. And it's about remembering who we always are. Not necessarily about the attainment of all these different knowledges and things like that, because when you finally realize that the perfection and everything lies within, and even if you just close your eyes for a moment and take those deep breaths in meditation, it's that realizing that that's who you are. And that doesn't take a huge amount of different practices or knowledge to realize that. Is in rituals, and you must be a monk for 10 years or you must do these practices. This can be done instantly. And that's enough to be the purpose of your life. Because you don't have to strive for being this absolute model of perfection in every moment, because that's not what each moment is necessarily designed for. These are all just like, okay, these are things happening around me, but when I close my eyes, I remember who I am. Or even if you get to the point where you don't have to close your eyes, if you just take those couple of deep breaths and remember who you are. Sure. Enough of me yapping on. Let's start the meditation. That's exactly right. Nothing is perfect in 3D world we're living in. It's another illusion and being promoted by the media 100%, 1,000%. Couldn't agree more. In fact, that's the narrative I live my life by. That, yeah, it's a game that's designed to fail. Like, there's no... and I mean that is in not that you become a failure, but like with going on my rant about gaming conventions when I went on the weekend, like certain games are modeled that you pass. Like the aim is for you to finish the game at a certain point, which in this world it's not that way. I mean, you've nailed it completely. Nothing's perfected in this 3D world. It's the design, isn't it? It's just another illusion. Very, very well said. All right, time for meditation as we close our eyes, palm facing upwards, and take a nice couple of deep breaths in as we're going to become aware of our body and just our breathing, allowing the breath to come and go at natural rhythms. It's just for a moment. We're going to be aware of the peace and stillness within, and just observe our breathing coming and going. And that peace and that stillness is just always there. The perfection is always there. It's amazing how something as simple as just closing the eyes for a second and just focusing slightly on that breath, the subtlety of who we are just appears. And as we're doing this day after day, evening after evening, it just becomes really easy to notice this within. So we take our first deep breath in through the nose, deep, deep, deep into the lungs, as we allow it to permeate through to our fingertips and our toes. As we just breathe out, we breathe out all the heaviness and all the obstacles, resistance, any negativity, any belief of our imperfections. And we just allow the breath to come and go as we observe it coming and going, entering into our lungs and out our lungs with every inhalation and every exhalation. We just merge deeper into this peace. So we're aware of our body, how it feels, every muscle in the body, every cell in the body. We just allow it to relax. I'm just aware of the buzzing and the energy surrounding our body, the pulsating, and the breath as it just comes and goes in and out of our body. So we take another deep, deep breath in through our nose. Breathe in that sweetness and that opportunity and expansion. As we hold the breath, we allow the energy to permeate every cell, tissue within our body and come out our hands and our feet. As we breathe out, we allow the heaviness and the weight on our body just to be released. As we just relax deeper into meditation. We just remain still and aware. We just let go into the peace and stillness. We observe our breath just coming and going and that subtleness of the peace and stillness. We feel it throughout our body and surrounding our body. So we take another deep breath in through the nose. That freshness of that air just permeating the lungs, life into the lungs. As we release the air and just allow the heaviness from our body to dissolve, and we relax all our muscles throughout our body to deeper, deeper relaxation. And we just allow the breath to come and go at regular intervals. And we just become aware of the peace and stillness that is within the body and surrounds the body. We're just aware of the breath gently entering our body and gently exiting our body through exhalation. We're just aware of the subtleness and the energy. We just relax and let go. Before we take our next deep breath, feel the excitement of this union. This awareness that this is who you are. the chills that run through your body, the buzzing of the cells working in harmony, the alignment of the personality with the soul. So we take this next deep breath in through the nose, breathing in all that opportunity, that creativeness, that peace, that stillness. So we allow the light to cover our body from our head to our toes. We breathe out any remaining old belief systems. We just release and let them go. We allow the mind to return to observing the breath as it naturally enters the body and exits the body. We're aware of the light that enters our crown and covers our whole body as a protective shield, selectively permeable, and allows love and light to enter, but nothing negative. It's a color of white light with a tinge of gold on the periphery. So we're aware of this light, the peace and the stillness in the breath. We're aware of all three simultaneously. So it just enters our body and exits our body. The peace and the stillness of who we are. Just relax and let go. Merge with the subtleness of the peace and the stillness. So we're acutely aware of our body, our surroundings. Just relax and let go. Merge into this peace. We slowly and gently bring our awareness back to our body. You slowly and gently bring our awareness back to our heart. You may place your hands over your heart or keep them by your side, whichever you prefer. As we are going to express our gratitude for all those that we come in contact with and all those that we may not. As we realize these imperfections within ourselves are just part of this reality, we express our gratitude towards ourselves, most importantly, for going through this life, going through the unknown. We don't know what each new day will bring, yet we wake up anyway. We're so grateful for the opportunity to be able to live in the unknown. With the perception that we aren't perfect. But we're grateful for these moments because we realize we are. And the peace and the stillness that we feel, the love within our heart, is our perfection. Thank you. Thank you for all the hints and the subtleties to steer us back to this point. And in this moment, we are grateful. We are grateful to realize this. We're grateful to realize we are whole and perfect in every moment. We're grateful for those who enable this as well. Our dear friends, our best friends, our friends that we don't speak to very often, that we know that when we call them up or send them an email or a text or whichever means of communication you do, that they will answer and like no time has passed. They are still a really, really good friend. We're grateful for these moments. We're grateful for these people that are in our life because they enable us to express love freely with no judgment. We're grateful for our friends on the internet these days. We span over such a large area and we communicate with people in different parts of the world. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to do that and connect with people in great distances. Thank you for this opportunity. Grateful for our lovely family, our parents, our grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, extended family, in-laws, outlaws, some people call them. We're grateful for all our family members. We're grateful for the opportunity and the circumstances, the experiences that we have with these people that allow us to express love, but in those moments that we perceive imperfection, that allow us to then return back to a point of peace. It doesn't have to be instant. It doesn't have to be in that moment. We put these very, very high expectations on ourselves. And a lot of us are very emotional people and live from the heart. So we're often in circumstances that are uneasy, but it doesn't mean we love our family members or friends any less. These are just moments that we love them even more. We're grateful for our towns and cities, these large collections of people that we pass on sometimes a day-to-day basis, sometimes infrequently, but we're grateful for every interaction that we have with these people. Just that smile as you're passing by. Sometimes those entertaining conversations. I think you know what I mean. I say entertaining. But we're grateful for these moments. We expand our consciousness even further to the large collections of states and provinces, even our country boundaries. We're thankful, grateful to live in the country that we live in. At this moment, in this point in time. We're also grateful for the countries that we have lived in previously, if you come from another country. There may be multiple countries you've lived in. So many countries in the world. We're grateful for every space that we live in, our collection of people and cultures, our differences, but also our unity and peace. We're grateful for our leaders and politicians. May they be blessed with the spirit of compassion, unity, understanding, and may they find the perfection within themselves and start cultivating their inner world to reflect the outer world. Please give them the strength to do so. We're grateful for every person and every being within our country, our whole entire planetary system. We're grateful for the spirit of Earth, Mother Earth. Thank you so much for holding us within your capsule, allowing us to go through this journey of self-discovery and alignment. You house no judgment. The wonderful environments you have and create and we get to experience. Thank you. So we expand our consciousness far, far beyond the Earth itself into the galaxies and solar systems throughout the universe. May every person and every being be blessed. I say every person, but it's really every being. Seen and unseen. We are grateful for your presence, your guidance, your understanding. Thank you. So we relax and put our hands gently by our sides if they were on your heart, or keep them there if they were always there. It's time to receive as you focus on the crown and the tops of your heads. We allow the energy to permeate through our crown, down throughout our body, down, 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 our legs, out the soles of our feet, and just relax and receive. And any excess energy will pour out the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. But this is just gratitude on behalf of the universe, behalf of myself also. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do for the planet. The impact you have on individuals and the collective. For all that you do for your family and friends. All that you do for yourself. Thank you. You're a being of amazing potential. Endless possibilities. So magnificent in your presence. Thank you for being you, unapologetically you. Just allow the energy to permeate your crown through your body. Every cell in your body is working harmoniously, and every cell in your body is perfectly healed. So we allow the energy to flow through the soles of your feet, deep, deep, deep down into Mother Earth. Blessings be to Mother Earth. We are deeply grounded in Mother Earth. May Mother Earth be repaired, revitalized, and rejuvenated. Thank you, Mother Earth. Blessings be to you. All the excess energy is just flowing out the soles of your feet. Anything we don't need. We keep a portion of the energy for ourselves, but anything that we don't need just flows into Mother Earth. So count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You may slowly, slowly, slowly return to your body, moving your fingers and your toes ever so gently. Your neck, your shoulders. Gently, gently, gently move your body, your arms and your legs. Just wake up the body and just open up your eyes with a big, big smile. Thank you so much. I'm often speechless after experiences like that, where we do realize that we are perfect in every moment, and it is the perception of imperfection, but it's amazing. It truly is to be living this experience with you all and just being able to express who we are and not judge ourselves like on everything that goes on, and forgive ourselves. That's the most important thing. Because we put so many handicaps on ourselves. We don't have our memory of who we are. Yeah. So when we come in, we're starting from scratch. We're starting from a very, very high handicap. And yeah, when we have these awakenings and start on the journey through our life, we're like, oh, we want to get to the end point. But because like, oh, hang on, now I remember that we should be remembering. Well, we still can't remember in a lot of ways. But I love you too. I love everyone. Thank you for making this so special. We'll be back again, same time tomorrow, for another wonderful session of Path to Peace. It's actually you all that make this session amazing. So may you have a blessed rest of the day wherever you are in the world, and just keep living life and making those memories, because that's what counts. Bye for now.